Hello, happy Monday, everybody, and good afternoon, and welcome to a special edition of PCA Live. Today, we're going to be joined by a very special guest, Jason Lois from Veritas Cigars. So today, we're going to be talking about the new products that are going to be available on the PCA Product HUB for the month of May. We launched this last month, April, and it was a good first step into the program. I think a lot of people were able to take advantage and get some discounted products, some exclusives, and the early release of the Aganorsa product as well. So seemingly it all went fairly well. And so today we're happy to be kicking this off with Jason. So I'm going to bring Jason up from Veritas Cigar so we can talk all about the product that Veritas is going to make available for PCA retailers and discuss what that product is, and then also learn a little bit more about Veritas and Jason and his role and what he's got planned for Veritas. So Jason, welcome. How are you doing? It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Scott. Thank you for selecting Veritas and for having us on board today. I'm excited to chat with you for a few moments about what we're going to have available on the website, as well as what we got coming up in the future. So,
yeah, that's great. So, just once again, for everybody to explain what the Product Hub is, this is a special members-only benefit for retailers where we have either limited editions or limited runs or exclusive products or special discounts on a very select few products that come available each month for you as a retailer to go in and select. And from there, you just place a certain commitment for an amount, and then we send that information along to the manufacturer, who will then call you as the retailer to go ahead and finalize that. And once again, to reiterate, no money is paid to PCA for any of this. It's just a platform that we're offering in order to do this. And as part of the platform, one of the ways we've done this with our manufacturing partners is that they commit to donating a certain amount per cigar back to PCA's state advocacy efforts. And so we thought that this would be a good way to kind of have a triple win situation here where it benefits everybody and at the same time puts money back into the fight where we have been constantly under attack for several different things we've been doing over these the first half of this year. First half, geez, feels longer than that, I guess, but first quarter of the year. So Jason, I want to talk first before we get to the product. How long have you been now the CEO of Veritas?
So I came on board last year during the middle of this pandemic that we're still unfortunately in. So June 18th was my first.
Oh wow! So yeah, right in the middle of it.
Yeah, right in the middle of it. And then I was able to get down to Nicaragua for almost 3 months and be able to experience all we have there in the factory, and then come back here to the States. Thankfully, I was able to find a flight and get back. That was a little hairy situation.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen several people have issues, and I mean, for a while, there's only like a couple of flights that are going in and out, right, every week.
Well, there wasn't any flights, actually, commercial flights coming back to the States, and thankfully, I was given a tip to sign up to the Managua CSV website and got a repatriation flight the middle of October.
Oh wow!
Thankfully, I saw that. Otherwise, I may still be there. So,
there's worse places to be, right?
There's worse places to be, and actually, everybody was just living life, and they were being protected. They were doing all that they possibly could, washing hands, sanitizer, masks when they needed, and but when you're in Nicaragua, there is no bailout. There is no unemployment. It's you work to feed the family and survive, or you don't. And so we have a bunch of great, hardworking individuals in our factory, and I couldn't be happier. So
yeah, that's great. So you've been involved within the cigar industry for quite some time, and you and I talked a little bit about this, but as far as you undertaking this role of Veritas, you've talked a lot about, you're artistic, and this allows you to take that artistic background and implement it in a way that's kind of new and exciting. And I found that actually fascinating. I'm always truly interested in understanding when people are creating cigars, because it's something that, I enjoy, but not something I would ever endeavor and put myself up in the lofty standards of being somebody that can blend these types of things. But so I just kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit more about sort of this endeavor that you're undertaking, the creativity that you're going to be able to bring to this, and somewhat of what your outlook is for the future of Veritas and what you would like to see happen with this company, this growing company.
Right. So unfortunately, we had a bunch of great products already ready to rock and roll, to put out there on the shelves of retailers. And then, future outlook is my creativeness, as you just spoke of, as you can see on the wall behind me, to add to, branding, to add to bands, boxes, and so on and so forth. So those are far off into the future as we grow the brand and grow the company. But while we're here today,
perfect. That was my next question.
3Blends, this amazing cigar that I believe is the most unique cigar on the market. And why I say that, there are barber poles, there are box press cigars, there are triple barber poles as well. We're not the only one. But I have never seen a triple barber pole 3/4 box press with a traditional cap. It's very, very unique. I'm not to say that there isn't anything out there, but I've never seen it. And tell you what, this cigar smokes like a dream. You have Connecticut, Ecuadorian sun-grown, and Pennsylvania wrapper draped over this amazing San Andreas binder with Nicaraguan fillers, and it's fantastic. Comes in a box of 9. You can literally buy the entire box, smoke all 9 of them, and each smoke you're going to pull a different nuance from that cigar. There's so much going on. It's so complex, and it just captivates the cigar enthusiast attention, from if they're novice to the person that is very astute in cigars. So there's something in this cigar for everybody. So I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm super excited that you've allowed us to be on the Product Hub to get this in front of more retailers that maybe haven't heard of Veritas or heard of the 3Blends cigar.
Yeah, that's, it's funny that you mentioned that. Number one, first, I was going to segue right into the product offering. So, but this is perfect. But that was actually one of the things, is that when the committee was reviewing this, they saw this. So they were struck by the uniqueness of it. We also like the fact that, that we're, if you can notice at the first launch of the Product Hub, you have names like Rocky Patel that's out there, then Aganorsa, and then a Platinum Nova. And so we do like that we can offer different manufacturers or different sizes and different histories available for the retailers, because again, at the end of the day, that's really what we want to do here, is bring more retailers into connection with more manufacturers that are out there. And, we're seeing a lot of great manufacturers doing a lot of new and interesting and exciting things right now, because obviously we've gotten a little bit of the FDA monkey off of our back in terms of this SE. So I'm really curious to kind of get your take on this, on the way that it smokes. And we can kind of pull this up and we'll show some people the description here real quick. But just for you and how does that smoke? What are some of the nuances that you get out of it in terms of its flavor, its strength, potentially some of your suggestions as far as pairings and that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm. So as far as strength level goes, it's a solid medium. And some of the nuances that I pull from this cigar, it's deep and rich earthiness. There's some cedar, there's some leather, there's some cream. And the retro, it has some nice spice, but it's not, it's not fuego. It's not going to light your sinuses on fire. It is just it's a super enjoyable smoke, and it's like waves and crescendos of taste and flavor profile just kind of crashing over top of one another. You asked about pairing. Obviously, I'm here in Louisville. I'm in Bourbon Country, correct? So what I've found is that that pairing all cigars with spirits is very fun. But obviously a fan of bourbon, right? Bourbons, ryes, whiskeys are kind of my thing. The perfect pairing with this cigar is actually a Black Manhattan. Have you ever had a Black Manhattan?
I have indeed. I will give mad props to Matt Krim at Cinder for making me one of the best Black Manhattans I've ever had.
Right. So if you're a fan of Black Manhattans, you already know the ingredients to the Black Manhattan, but I'll go over Black Manhattan. Black Manhattan is 2 ounces of rye whiskey, 1 ounce of Averna liqueur, a dash of orange bitters, a dash of regular bitters, and then over ice and mixed. You do garnish it with the zest of an orange, but then you got to have those cherries, right?
Yep.
Those fancy cherries that are $20 for a little can of them.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite part is the the cherries at the end.
Yep.
Although I do probably sneak a couple before the end.
Well, yeah. I like to, I do. I like to kind of sit there, Bix, and I like to see some of that actually start to color the drink a little bit as you get going. And then you're right. I mean, that's a great way to finish it for me when it's all gone. You can go ahead and finish off with those delicious cherries at the bottom of that. That does sound like it would be, I haven't had a chance to smoke this yet, but that does sound like it would be a phenomenal, relaxing evening. That's generally a good bourbon mixed drink with a bourbon and a cigar is the way that I like to kind of finish my night. So that does sound like it would be exquisite.
Right. Another pairing that I also like with this cigar is going to be on the far opposite of what I just told you. It's going to be with a champagne, just because of the palate cleansing properties of champagne, the bubbles. So think about a cigar that has this much going on with it, with the 3 wrappers and the traditional cap, a box press, and the fact that you're taking a product that's going to cleanse your palate every time that you take a sip of it, right? With the bubbles. So it will continue to cleanse, and then you can experience that cigar again and again and again. It just it's a fun experiment. So I would implore anybody that is going to experience the cigar to try that.
Very nice. And so for the retailers that are going to be watching and the retailers that are going to be curious about this, that may not have done any business with Veritas right now, what can they expect when reaching out to you all at Veritas, and what can they expect in terms of a good working relationship with you all there?
Right. Just really easy to work with. I want to help sell the product just as well as the retailer wants to sell it when they have it in house. And I pledge to all of our retail partners that I am there to help them sell the cigars, whether it's cut and lights or larger scale events. Again, I'm in Louisville. It's pretty central to the Americas. I can get to anywhere pretty quickly. I was more concentrated on doing events for my trusted retailers than spending the week here in Louisville for the Derby. I was in Evansville, Indiana at Cigar on Friday. Called it early, got up early, drove 5 hours to Memphis, did a day-long event in Memphis on Saturday, and then headed back to Louisville late Saturday night, got to Louisville at 3 a.m. Sunday morning. So I'm dedicated to being there for the retailer when they need me, when and if they need me, and just as dedicated and motivated while I am there at the retailer to educate the consumers and to educate the staff on how they can better serve their patrons, and how they can tell them and express to them like what we're doing down in Nicaragua, as well as the different components of our cigars. So I am always available, and I make myself readily available to our retail partners to be there and assist in that sell through.
Oh, that sounds great. And road warrior for sure then, huh?
Well, their success is my success.
Exactly.
So it doesn't behoove me at all to sell to any retailer across the nation and not help them in that sales process, because I definitely don't want our boxes in the bottom shelf in the back corner not getting any attention, because it doesn't behoove that retailer, because they're not selling through, they're not making back the money that their hard-earned money that they've invested to buy the product in the first place, and then on my side they're not reordering, so it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I try to make myself as available as possible, so that I can help in that process. And it's not just about sales, it's about educating and building that relationship, not only with that retailer, but with the patrons that go to that retailer too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go back and do an event, and Joe and Bob and Karen and whoever show up, that the next time I do an event, they make it a point. I'm like, oh yeah, Jason's back in town. He's doing an event at our favorite spot. Let's go, because we had such a good time last time.
Yeah. To your point, right? It makes both sides invested in that partnership. And that's one of the things that I've talked to so many retailers about over the past several years of being here is that establishing and working on and continuing those relationships with the manufacturers has been one of the things that every single one of them highlights as the thing they can all point to for a very determined measure of success, as far as bringing in products, or so many of them do specialized products for events or for their stores, being able to plan out special events and basically strategize and coordinate with you all. Because your point is the kind of really the only point here is your success is their success and vice versa in that regard. And so it's that whole rising tide component, right?
Right.
It's not just fluffy cliched words. It's the reality of both business, but I think in particular within the cigar industry, so many of it is really relational. And right. I think that it's important in that regard. So a little bit more about the 3Blends. So we talked a little bit about this. Now, this is not an exclusive limited edition. However, you were talking about this as a limited kind of run, and so the production is not necessarily as readily available as it is others. You have these ready to go, but the benefit to the PCA retailer right now is that they're going to get access before anybody else does in terms of securing these, because, again, you just went through the construction of it. This does not seem like it's something that is very easily made because of the fact it's a little bit more intricate.
You are right. It is not easily made by any stretch of the imagination. It is not limited edition. Again, also correct. It is limited production because we can't just mass make these because of how detailed the craftsmanship of the cigar, how involved it is. But yes, we're looking to bringing these new retailers in and giving them access to this one of a kind of unique product that I guarantee is not going to be something that they have already in their humidor. Every manufacturer, or most manufacturers, have mild, medium, full-bodied cigars using various wrappers or something. So we have wrappers that we use that other manufacturers use as well. It's not unheard of. But when you go into a humidor, this is going to be something that I believe is going to stand out amongst all of the other cigars because of the unique construction, the 3/4 box press with that traditional cap, and then the triple barber pull, and the unique taste and flavors that the cigar has. And sometimes when you're smoking a barber pull, the combustion of a barber pull it has issues, but this is not. The combustion of this cigar smokes like a dream, and it's just amazing how all of those wrappers come together, and it's just a very pleasurable experience. And I often tell people I don't sell cigars, I sell experiences, because that's why we do this. Exactly. It's not like we're in 5 below degree weather out, getting a nicotine fix. It's about the experience, about the brotherhood, sisterhood, about sitting down for an occasion or what have you, or just that simple relaxing when we're talking about pairing it with a spirit and just kind of, the calms of the day and just enjoying and that overall experience of pleasure in this handcrafted product.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because we all in the industry, whether you're a consumer, manufacturer, retailer, we all understand that just intrinsically, I think, and that's part of the reason why we love the industry. So it's really interesting because a little over a week ago, I presented testimony to the National Academy of Sciences on the premium cigar issue that they're now looking into. And, the point I made was, look, the reason why we discuss it being a premium handmade product is because the reason for making the product is not about the nicotine delivery. It's about the enjoyment of the product. It's about taste. It's about aroma. It's about that experience as you're talking about. And therefore it's consumed that way. And that's the way that consumers are looking at this product. And that's the relationship they have with this product. Right. And to your point, it's not something I'm lighting on fire just to burn like wood. And it's something I'm not lighting on fire to try to get nicotine into my system as quickly as possible because I need to get that fixed. And so I love the explanation there. The size now is 6 by 54, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think that thickness is good because it presents some heft, but at the same time still allows that wrapper to present good flavor, and that's kind of why if they're not too thick, then the wrapper is going to impart a little bit more flavor, and I truly love that experience of how much nuance and difference that flavor can give you as you continuously smoke that cigar.
Right. And it comes in a 9-count box. Here's the box. Actually.
It's a great looking box. I like that cover with the threes. The way that kind of three is kind of designed in there, that really stands out. It's really nice.
Right there is the same logo on the box that's on the band there as well. So just an overall presentation. It looks great. It pops off the shelf on the retailer. And being a 9-count box, it's not a huge ask on a retailer either. As well as it's not a huge ask on a consumer. You have boxes of 20 and 25 count that can be pretty high dollar towards the consumer. A box of 9, it's a lot easier sell from a retailer to a consumer standpoint. It's not that huge ask, especially they're trying to get something new. It's an easier sell. Not that 20 and 25 count boxes don't sell. We both know that that's not the case. They do. But it's just a little bit easier on the pocketbook of the consumer for that smaller box. So
and especially look, you're a smaller company and probably going to be newer to a lot of people. So an investment in 9 count for myself as a consumer, 9 count, absolutely. That's a great one right there for me. If I like it, I still have a couple I can give some friends if that's the case. So you're totally right. Whereas it's an investment of my time if I'm buying 25 of a brand that I've never had before. MSRP is $16.25 roughly. Obviously, that's going to vary depending upon states and taxes there. So I mean, not overly pricey, but obviously for something that's constructed like this is exactly what you would expect there. And so again, for people, the process, just log in. It's live on the portal now for the month of May. It'll go through May 31st. You just put in however many you want. That's your commitment to the boxes, not paying PCA anything. And then that is forwarded all the way through to Jason, whose team will go ahead and contact you once those are submitted. And these are in stock and ready to ship right now, correct?
Correct. They are.
That's great. I know a lot of people are having some issues with stock because of how many cigars are being purchased and things like that. So this is something you order and Jason and his team can get this off to you guys right away as soon as that sale is complete. So anyway, I just want to say thank you very much. This is a very exciting product to have on the hub. We're very obviously intrigued when the committee saw it and thought this would be a great addition to the hub. So thank you to Veritas for coming in and supporting the state advocacy efforts with this. And I hope all retailers go out and get some of these because they look fantastic. I can't wait to get my hands on some too and to smoke these. And I think it'll be, again, triple win for the retailers to get a good product. Again, a limited run product right now. And hopefully get a lot of consumers that are more familiar with the Veritas brand as well.
Did you say triple win because it's a 3 blends? Is that all?
There we go. Yeah, triple. Yeah, I did. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, right. It's like we're dancing. Yeah, triple win, right? It's a win, right? It's triple win, 3 blends. That's exactly right. 100% right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, great. Jason, I want to thank you very much for your time today. It's been great to see you again. Glad that you're back. I know you've been traveling, so I thank you for taking some time and talking with us. And again, thank you so much for the product on the Product Hub. And retailers, please find that on the membership portal. And if you're not a member, just renew and you can get access to it right away. So I hope everything is well for you. And I will go ahead and make myself a Black Manhattan and track down one of these 3 blends.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Scott. And thank you for the team for choosing us. And just looking forward to moving a lot of product. And thank you so much for allowing us to do that.
Yeah, outstanding. And where is the best place for people to find you? Website, social media? What's the best place for people to find you all?
VeritasCigars.com is the Veritas website. You can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram Laws of Lois, and then we also have the Veritas Cigars Instagram as well. So check us out, find me, and the retailers that sign up, I will be the person giving you a call. I want to start this relationship, start it off right.
Awesome. All right, CEO himself will be giving you a call. Sounds great. Thanks again, Jason. It's good to see you, and we'll talk soon. Take care.
Thank you.